Hey guys, today I'll be doing my analyzation over crying in H Mart. First off, I love it so far. I feel so bad because my mom was one of my best friends as well, and I just couldn't imagine ever. How would I explain this to someone who's not read it? I would explain this as almost like, so the author mentions that she hasn't done a biography for her late mom. And I think this is it. I think this is what her mom was to her and how important she is. And she's trying to show us and tell us how important of a person her mother was to her life. Because not all of us have that. And I think it's really something to note that this person loved their mom. Who are the major people and characters? The author, who is Michelle Zauner, her mother and her father. Her father's not really a main character as of now, but he is mentioned pretty briefly a couple times. What happens, the plot, and when/where do the events occur. She starts the book explaining why she cries in H Mart after the recent passing of her mother. The events occur pre-2018 because her mother passed in 2018, and there's not a specific place it occurs. It occurs in H Mart. She's also at dinner with her aunt and her two aunts and her mom, and she's also at her isolated house on a bunch of land with not a lot of people. There's a lot of different places that are occurring right now. It's not like the past book where it was just one specific place. Why is the story told in this way? I believe the story is told in this way to emphasize the author's mother and the person she was, what kind of mother she was. She says that she wasn't a motherly mother, which is huge. I knew exactly what she meant when she said that. I do have a motherly mother. My mom, as soon as I'm hurt, my mom's first one there to sympathize for me. I appreciate that way more than the way this mother is. That's not something I think I would do well with, but that's also just how I was raised. How/why is the author using language or literary devices? The author puts a lot of emphasis on the importance of her relationship with her mother and the importance of the dynamic between them, which I think is really important to note because of the fact that that is what the entire book is about to be about. How/why does the structure/form of the text reveal itself to the audience in this way? The structure and form of the text reveal itself to the audience in the form of an autobiography of the author's late mother. I believe it's revealing itself that way to, again, just really show the importance of who her mother was as a person and why it's so important to her that this woman has passed, this figure in her life has passed. What themes do I see emerging? I see the theme of jealousy emerging a little bit because of the quote of why does her mother get to be alive and mine doesn't? I bet her mother isn't as good as mine, but mine's not here anymore. I think that's so sad to think about, and placing myself in those shoes, I would be the exact same way. Life is so unfair, and I think it's extremely unfair that this person has had to go through this. How are you as a reader making sense of things? I'm making sense of things, again, by comparing my experience with hers, and I have not been through this, but I'm trying to place myself in her shoes to figure out why she's writing it and how she's writing it. Of course, the whole first chapter was about why she cries in H Mart, but I'm not really sure why the entire title of the book is Crying in H Mart, and I think I'm going to find that out as I go further along, but I think it's important to note that so far it has been a story about the author's mother and who she is as a person. And I think one of the most important things to note is the way that they connected on a deeper level was trying food. And so, of course, Mart sells the food that she figures out that she likes. And that's what middle of chapter 2 describes, was her trying this food for the first time. And she felt such a sense of accomplishment when her aunts and her mother were like, good job, like, we're so proud of you, like, that's our girl. How does this connect to the concepts and theories we've discussed in class? I use Lebov's theory method here. Okay, Siri thought I said Siri. I did not say Siri. Okay. So I was going to say the abstract is like, how does it begin? And it begins by introducing why she cries in Mart. The orientation is the author, her mother, Mart, her isolated home, anywhere her and her mother have been together. It's like who, what, when was involved, where. The complicating action is her mother passed and she's in shambles. Like, she's just distraught over the entire situation, as anyone else would be. The resolution is she cries in Mart because it's a constant reminder of her mother. The evaluation is, I feel like this is my evaluation on it, she's jealous of the other mother/daughter duos in Mart. And then the coda is, it all means that she wishes cancer didn't take her mother away from her. And what does this reading teach you about storytelling more generally? I think it teaches me more of a, like, different kind of storytelling, of more of like, this person passed away and this person was so important to me, and I think that's huge. I'm so thankful that nothing like that has ever happened to me, so I won't be telling a story like this, but it is very important for someone who has had this happen to read this story so they know how to tell a story like this. How does this connect to the larger social cultural issues or forces? I think the larger one is just really, like, again, the emphasis on having a mother pass away. And I don't know how that could affect someone, thankfully, but I do know it could be just completely world-changing. Is this story effective? Yes, I believe the story is very effective. It has shown a lot of emphasis on her mother, who her mother is, what her mother does for her, what kind of mother her mother is, and everything in between so far. What did it make you think about / re-examine from your own life experiences? One thing it really made me re-examine was, like, putting myself in her shoes, and again, being so incredibly thankful that my mother is still here, because I don't know what I would do without my mom, and I couldn't imagine. And especially with cancer, like, you watch this person that you love so much pass away, and I think that's so incredibly awful. And yeah, I can't wait to read the rest of it.